Hey everybody, Kristy West here with Bravespace. I'd like to leave you with a few tips today on how to remain open and accepting, inclusive of everyone's ideas. And if you are a leader or a manager or even just a colleague in an office, this is important because I think today we talk a lot about giving everyone a voice and being inclusive. And in improv, in my work, we talk about the yes and rule, which is a pretty cool rule, and cool rule, that rhymed. And you take that into corporate environments, and it really helps continue a collaboration or a brainstorming by letting everyone's ideas breathe. So that's the idea of yes and. I want to take it a step further because I think there's a real need today to keep ideas alive and to create this inclusivity in corporate environments. But you can't always say yes and. You just can't. You need sort of this other technique, if you would, to be able to stay open. So there are three responses that I feel work really, really well. And it's not saying yes and it's not saying no, but it's remaining open. So for example, if someone initiate something and you are a leader or a manager or a colleague and that person finishes and you want to respond with something and stay open and be positive, you might say, what I like about that is, and find something you like about it. Or you might say, thank you. And tell them what's good about what they just said. And then lastly, you might say, how interesting. And then acknowledge something good about what they just said. Now, I'm not in those situations, so I want to give you some context around what I mean. If, for example, I walked into an office and I looked at my manager and I said, hey, I've been thinking that I'm feeling a little claustrophobic here in the office, and maybe we should just knock all the walls down here and make it one big open space. At maybe a time where you want to say that's not a good idea, but you don't want to shut the person down. So you say, what I like about that is you're thinking about how to connect everyone. Not a great example. I just made that up because I'm an improviser. But I think you get the idea. You can say, what I like about that is, thank you, or how interesting. And you're not saying no to the person, and you're letting their idea sit there for a moment. Goes a long way, and that's a brave brick.